The first scene takes place in a bank in Cape Town, South Africa. A group of 4 robbers, clad in eerie, futuristic clothing, brutally beat the bank manager until he opens the safe. The robbers can be recognized by the rows of different colored lights on their uniforms, and their voices are all the same, due to electronic modification. The manager's body serves as the key to the safe, and following an initial failure, the robbers force the 2 knocked-out teeth back into position, and succeed in opening the safe. One safety deposit box is the only one the robbers open and take items out of, which contains diamonds, and one other little unknown item. We start to distinguish between the bandits, as the movie continues. Violet Light appears to be a hothead, who was allegedly recruited by the 4th member, Blue Light, while Red Light and Green Light seem to be the leaders. Violet and Red Light get into a gunfight, and start shooting at each other. Red Light merely causes a little cut on the cheek, while Violet Light primarily damages the upper shoulder and neck. As they battle, the Red Light's mask is removed, revealing a stunning redhead young woman. When all the hostages see her face, Blue Light informs her that she has been compromised, and that she needs to kill them all. When she refuses, Violet Light begins to struggle to the surface, and is shot once more, this time with a fatal result. The robbers all depart from the bank in a van. When Blue Light takes off his mask, a bearded guy is revealed, who is furious with the woman for killing his friend Violet Light, and failing to kill all the witnesses. When Green Light, another man, defends her, he also becomes enraged with him. With a backward punch with her left hand, the woman renders him unconscious. After the criminals divide up, the woman tells the bearded man that he will earn $30,000 if he stays quiet for a month. In separate rooms at an opulent hotel, the guy and the woman unwind, where the woman's identity is revealed as Alexis. After she becomes the prime suspect in the bank robbery, she is seen altering the color of her hair and eyes. When she enters her partner's room, it is clear that they are no longer together, since Alexis is upset with him, and wants to make amends. The man is labeled as Kevin, who claims to have discovered some even better insurance in the diamonds, and asks Alexis for assistance, but a knock on the door startles him. According to Kevin, he is expecting a woman with the original insurance company. The woman, Jessica, is at the door, but is followed by a few gunmen, including a lady with a weapon. While Alexis hides beneath the bed, Kevin and Jessica remain calm. Jessica gets shot in the head right after giving up her phone, which contains a pornographic video. After severely abusing Kevin, the commander insists that he turn over a USB drive. Alexis remains silent and unnoticed beneath the bed. Mr. Washington, the main bad guy, is irritated that Kevin passed away too soon. When Alexis crept out from under the bed, she discovered a gun, but it was unloaded. After a protracted chase and running gun duel, Alexis eventually makes it out of the hotel. There's a chase sequence through the city streets, with the police momentarily joining the bad guys, when she runs a red light. However, she manages to get away from them all. When Alexis arrives at Blue Light's flat, he boldly gets ready to defend it. Alexis contacts Kevin's wife, Penny, from the other room, telling her to leave town right away. Additionally, she asks her to bring the parcel that she believes Kevin has hidden in his bug-out bag at home, and contains the disc and diamonds. Penny belittles Alexis for knowing about their affair, and also declines to bring any package, but she grudgingly gets ready to go. As Blue Light underestimates the opponents, and prepares to confront them with a shotgun, he gets slain right away. Alexis hears Mr. Washington's plot to murder Penny and child, while hiding in a ceiling gap. By deceiving the little child over the phone, he discovers their address. When Penny gets his bug-out bag from the garage ceiling at their residence, she unintentionally cracks her car's windshield. Her attentive gaze is shown when she looks down at the pieces of the windshield. While the other gang cleans up the bodies left at the hotel, 3 mobsters dash to Kevin's house. Mr. Washington departs for the hotel with the bug-out bag, and leaves his 2 guys behind to deal with Kevin's wife. When Alexis arrives at the house, a major brawl breaks out, ending with the deaths of both villains. Penny gives Alexis the disc, which begs the question of what exactly was in the bug-out bag. However, as soon as Alexis tries to view the disc on the home computer, it triggers a GPS device that provides someone with her location. As a result, Alexis, Penny, and the boy depart right once. A U.S. senator, who is deeply concerned about the drive, calls Mr. Washington to inquire about the drive, but Washington gets irritated when the senator says he is sending his right-hand man to help. Even if this irritates him, Mr. Washington is courteous to the senator over the phone. As the motel is being cleaned up by the murderers, Washington receives a call from Alexis, and he is duped into saying that they are in the motel. On a stolen motorcycle, she dashes to the hotel, before trailing him to an abandoned industrial structure. Washington carries 2 associates with him inside the structure. Alexis enters covertly, subdues the male associate with a revolver in his lips, and takes him hostage. When Alexis calls Washington, it is made clear that the senator hired Mr. Washington's group, as well as the robbers. Washington was tasked with killing the thieves, because he was aware of both the drive and the jewels, something the robbers had not been informed about. Then, even though she already has the jewels and the motivation, she purposefully alerts Washington and the female associate to her presence, and tries to exchange the guy for the gems. She shoots him in the head anyway, after Washington refuses. She also sets off a device she had concealed in Mr. Washington's SUV, but neither he nor the girl are gravely injured. Although Alexis has concealed, she once more discloses her location. Unfortunately, she is taken hostage when a third member of Washington's team shows up from nowhere. A protracted torture scenario ensues after she is restrained on a chair, with her leg trapped in a vise. It is discovered by Washington that she was a CIA entry specialist, who resigned after an assignment gone awry in Beirut, and innocent people were killed. Furthermore, Washington learns that the diamonds he believed he acquired were only fragments of a shattered windshield. Earlier, Alexis had put them in a bag, but he hadn't bothered to check inside until later. Alexis agrees to drive that evening at 9 p.m. at the Cape Town airport, and conduct a trade for the diamonds. She confirms the meet by giving Penny a call. What's left of Washington and the associate arrive at the airport that evening with Alexis, wearing a cane, heels, and a short black dress. Penny remains hidden, while wearing a dark wig. When Alexis walks by, Penny secretly gives her the key to a locker at the airport. After that, Penny wanders the airport with the bug-out bag, that is partially filled with blood. Washington demands that Alexis open the locker, then the box, because he has serious concerns about her. However, she's duped him once more, stuffing both objects into a box's inner compartment, which explodes as the associate opens it. Despite having severe facial injuries, she is still capable of fighting. In the meantime, Penny has been located and apprehended by the third crew member. The airport police is now involved in the matter. After engaging in hand-to-hand battle with several of them, Washington's associate is eventually shot. Washington and Alexis engage in a physical altercation, and she takes the drive away from him, which Penny had earlier hidden in his necktie. She strikes Washington in the face, stunning him, and then dashes to the terminal entrance. A police officer, who obstructs Washington's path, is killed. All this while, the third villain has been escorting a quiet Penny through the terminal's mayhem. When Alexis reaches him, she shoots him in the skull, and bolts for the exit door. Penny swiftly transforms her look by removing her wig, and attempts to leave the terminal. Just outside the terminal, Washington is flanked by law enforcement. He pauses, then lifts his hands. Alexis emerges to speak with Washington. She makes a chess statement by saying, "Queen of Bishop 5, before she yells, "Gun," and bolts. Under a barrage of gunshots, Washington is shot to death by the cops. Penny and the other witnesses are initially detained, until the lead detective's attention is directed to another location. He sees a bag that was left behind, which has Jessica's head in it, the woman who came earlier to meet Kevin in the hotel. Since Alexis was shot by violet lights at the bank, she already had a wound to her face, thus the head has been given a new one by Alexis. Although some gems were also left behind, it becomes clear that Penny has the majority of the diamonds in her purse. She departs to pick up her son from her mother's house. Mr. MacArthur, the right-hand man of the senator, and a squad of Interpol police arrive, seizing charge of the situation, but it's too late. Alexis uses a forged passport to go through security, and board an outbound flight. Her new tech associate meets her in the plane, and watches the video on the disc with her. Plans for a structure, with big bombs in the basement are shown, in which the U.S. senator can be heard conversing with some obscure defense contractors. They intend to set up a scenario that will lead to a war for them, similar to 9/11, and a promotion for him in the political hierarchy. When MacArthur answers her call to Washington's phone, she informs him that she is aware of their plans. The senator and MacArthur talk about the issue in the last scenes. The senator questions if she will act in a greedy or martyr manner. MacArthur predicts that she will suffer martyrdom and emerge victorious. The senator murmurs, "Martyrs must perish," as the movie closes out. Alexis takes the drive away, somehow preventing their plans from execution, and hinting a sequel of the movie.